गुड इवनिंग स्टूडेंट्स। आज के আমরা বায়ো ফার্স্ট চ্যাপ্টার স্টার্ট করব, দ্যাট ইজ লাইফ প্রসেস। ফার্স্ট চ্যাপ্টার আমরা আজকে বায়ো আমরা স্টার্ট করব, দ্যাট ইজ লাইফ প্রসেস। এই চ্যাপ্টারে আমাদের বেশ কিছু টপিক ফার্স্টে পড়তে হবে। ফর এক্সাম্পল যেমন নিউট্রিশন আছে তোমাদের, রেসপিরেশন, এক্সক্রিশন, ট্রান্সপোর্টেশন, হিউম্যান ডাইজেস্টিভ সিস্টেম, দিস ইজ অলসো ইনক্লুডেড হিউম্যান ডাইজেস্টিভ সিস্টেম। টোটাল 5টা টপিক তোমাদের এখানে রয়েছে: নিউট্রিশন, রেসপিরেশন, এক্সক্রিশন, ট্রান্সপোর্টেশন অ্যান্ড হিউম্যান ডাইজেস্টিভ সিস্টেম। এই 5টা টপিক আমরা টোটাল স্টাডি করবো এই চ্যাপ্টারে। আজকে মেনলি আমরা যেটা পড়বো দ্যাট ইজ নিউট্রিশন। আজকে আমরা যে টপিকটা নিয়ে জেনারেলি ডিসকাস করবো দ্যাট ইজ নিউট্রিশন। তো ফার্স্টে আমাদের জানতে হবে যে হোয়াট ইজ নিউট্রিশন। হোয়াট ইজ নিউট্রিশন? না, নিউট্রিশন ইজ দ্য প্রসেস বাই হুইচ অর্গানিজম টেক্স ফুড অ্যান্ড ইউটিলাইজেস ইট। নিউট্রিশন ইজ আ প্রসেস বাই হুইচ অর্গানিজম টেক্স ফুড অ্যান্ড ইউটিলাইজেস ইট। যে কোনো অর্গানিজম ফুড ইনটেক করে অ্যান্ড সেটাকে ইউটিলাইজ করে, ভেরিয়াস পারপাসে ইউটিলাইজ করে, সেই প্রসেসটাকে আমরা নিউট্রিশন বলবো। ঠিক। নাও হোয়াই নিউট্রিশন ইজ রিকোয়ার্ড? If it is asked a question, why nutrition is required, what is the need for nutrition? The need key, now organisms need the energy to perform various activities. Various activities means various activities organisms need to perform, and for this they require energy. To perform those activities, organisms need energy. The energy is supplied by the nutrients. The energy is supplied by the nutrients. What are nutrients? The nutrients, what are nutrients? Nutrients are carbohydrate, protein, fat, vitamins, minerals. Those are nutrients. So to perform energy, to perform activity, we need energy, and the energy comes from nutrients. What are nutrients? Nutrients are carbohydrate, protein, fat, vitamin, etc. Organisms need various raw materials for growth and repair. These raw materials are provided by nutrients. These raw materials are provided by nutrients. So this is the need for nutrition. Without nutrition, we don't have nutrients, and without nutrients, organisms cannot perform various activities. Because to do various activities or to perform various activities, we need energy, and the energy will come from nutrients. So this is the need for nutrition. Why nutrition is required? Clear? Next nutrients, materials which provide nutrition to organisms are called nutrients. একটু আগেই বললাম nutrients কি না, materials which provide nutrition to organisms are called nutrients. এর এক্সাম্পল কি হতে পারে নিউট্রিয়েন্টসের? নিউট্রিয়েন্টসের এক্সাম্পল কি হতে পারে? ফর এক্সাম্পল যেমন কার্বোহাইড্রেট, প্রোটিন, ফ্যাট, ভিটামিন, মিনারেলস, এগুলো সব আমাদের নিউট্রিয়েন্টসের এক্সাম্পল। দিজ আর দ্য নিউট্রিয়েন্টস হুইচ ইজ ইউজড ফর প্রোভাইডিং এনার্জি টু ডু ভেরিয়াস অ্যাক্টিভিটিস। ক্লিয়ার? নাও নিউট্রিয়েন্টস আমাদের দুটো পার্ট আছে আমাদের, একটা হচ্ছে ম্যাক্রোনিউট্রিয়েন্টস, একটা আছে মাইক্রোনিউট্রিয়েন্টস। ওয়ান ইজ ম্যাক্রো অ্যান্ড অ্যানাদার ওয়ান ইজ মাইক্রো। হোয়াট আর ম্যাক্রোনিউট্রিয়েন্টস? না, কার্বোহাইড্রেট, প্রোটিন, ফ্যাট, এই তিনটেকে বলা হয় ম্যাক্রোনিউট্রিয়েন্টস। কার্বোহাইড্রেট, প্রোটিন, ফ্যাট, এই তিনটে হচ্ছে আমাদের ম্যাক্রোনিউট্রিয়েন্টস। ক্লিয়ার? কার্বোহাইড্রেট, প্রোটিন, ফ্যাট, এই তিনটে হচ্ছে আমাদের ম্যাক্রোনিউট্রিয়েন্টস, বিকজ দিজ আর দ্য মেন নিউট্রিয়েন্টস। দিজ থ্রি আর কনসিডার্ড অ্যাজ মেন নিউট্রিয়েন্টস. So these three are known as macronutrients. So macronutrients are carbohydrate, protein and fat. These are the main nutrients. These are the main nutrients. Hence they are termed as macronutrients. Next, micronutrients. What are micronutrients? Micronutrients are vitamins and minerals. Micronutrients are vitamins and minerals. These two, vitamins and minerals, these two are micronutrients because these nutrients required in small amount. These nutrients required in small amounts. That's why these two nutrients, that is vitamins and minerals, are termed as micronutrients. This is required by small amounts. Clear? Next, modes of nutrition. What are the two modes of nutrition? The two modes of nutrition, one is autotrophic and another one is heterotrophic. There are two modes of nutrition, one is autotrophic and another one is heterotrophic. What are autotrophic mode of nutrition? Organisms which prepare their own food. Organisms which prepare their own food, the process is known as autotrophic. The process by which organisms can prepare their own food, that process is known as autotrophic, and the organisms are known as autotrophs. Listen carefully. The process by which organisms can prepare their own food is known as autotrophic. The process is known as autotrophic, and the organisms are known as autotrophs. Clear? So in this process, organisms can prepare their own food. The process is known as autotrophic, and the organisms responsible are known as autotrophs. They are known as autotrophs. Example, green plants. Green plants are autotrophs because they prepare their own food by the process, autotrophic process. That is, they prepare their own food. They doesn't depend on others for their food. That is, they are autotrophs, and the process is known as autotrophic. Next, heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Organisms which cannot prepare their own food. Organisms which cannot prepare their own food are known as heterotrophs, and the process is known as heterotrophic. Organisms which cannot prepare their own food are known as heterotrophs, and the process is known as heterotrophic. Clear? So here, organisms cannot prepare their own food. Organisms cannot prepare their own food. So they are termed as, the organisms are termed as heterotrophs. Organisms are termed as heterotrophs, and the process is known as heterotrophic mode of nutrition. For example, like animals. They are heterotrophs, and the process is known as heterotrophic mode of nutrition because to prepare their own food, they cannot prepare their own food. Animals cannot prepare their own food. They have to depend on others for their food. That is, they have to depend on plants or other animals. Clear? So this is autotrophic mode of nutrition and heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Now the heterotrophic mode of nutrition, these are further subdivided by 3 parts. Heterotrophic mode of nutrition is further classified by 3 parts. That is, one is holozoic mode of nutrition, one is parasitic mode of nutrition, and another one is saprophytic mode of nutrition. One is holozoic, number 2 is parasitic, and number 3 is saprophytic. These 3, heterotrophic mode of nutrition is further subdivided by holozoic, parasitic, and saprophytic. Now saprophytic mode of nutrition. What is saprophytic mode of nutrition? Now, obtaining food from dead and decaying matters. Those organisms which obtains food from dead and decaying matters. Those organisms are known as saprophytes. And the process is known as saprophytic mode of nutrition. For example, fungi. Next, parasitic mode of nutrition. Parasitic mode of nutrition, the organisms which obtain food from host organism, without killing it. অন্য কোনো একটা অর্গানিজমের, দ্যাট ইজ হোস্ট অর্গানিজমের কাছ থেকে ফুডটা অবটেন করবে, বাট তাকে কখনোই মেরে ফেলবে না, উইদাউট কিলিং ইট। দে অবটেন ফুড ফ্রম হোস্ট অর্গানিজম বাট উইদাউট কিলিং ইট. Those are known as parasites. And the mode of nutrition is known as parasitic mode of nutrition. Example will be like tapeworm. Tapeworm is an example of parasitic mode of nutrition. Number 3rd, holozoic mode of nutrition. This is important. Holozoic mode of nutrition. Organism feed by ingesting solid organic matter, which is then digested and absorbed in our body. The organism which is fed by ingesting solid organic matter, and these organisms are digested and absorbed in our body. These are known as holozoic mode of nutrition. For example, like human. That is holozoic mode of nutrition. So these 3, that is holozoic, parasitic, and saprophytic, these 3 are a heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Clear? Next, autotrophic mode of nutrition. So how autotrophic mode of nutrition occurred? Autotrophic mode of nutrition, how green plants prepare their own food. We all know green plants prepare their own food by the process which is known as photosynthesis. The process is known as photosynthesis. By this process, autotrophs can prepare their own food. By this process, autotrophs can prepare their own food. The process is known as photosynthesis. Clear? Now, what is photosynthesis? Green plants first take carbon dioxide and water from the roots, and with the help of sunlight and chlorophyll, they prepare their own food. Listen carefully. Green plants take carbon dioxide from air and water from roots, and with the help of sunlight and chlorophyll, they can prepare their own food. The process is known as photosynthesis. So here is the equation of photosynthesis. This is very important. The equation of photosynthesis. This is carbon dioxide and this is water. Carbon dioxide is taken from air through leaves. Carbon dioxide is taken from air through leaves, and water is taken by the roots, and with the help of sunlight and chlorophyll, the carbon dioxide get converted to glucose, oxygen and water. This is glucose. This is one type of sugar. So this process is known as photosynthesis. Clear? Now this is carbon dioxide, this is water, this is sugar or glucose, this is oxygen, and this is water. So these are the raw materials. That is carbon dioxide, water, and this is the product. That is sugar is the main product, and the side product is oxygen and water. Clear? So this process is known as photosynthesis. In this process, green plants can prepare their own food. Clear? Now raw materials required. What are the raw materials required for photosynthesis? Raw materials required, the first raw material is sunlight. Sunlight is required. Without sunlight, photosynthesis cannot occur. Number 2, chlorophyll. This is a green pigment. Chlorophyll is a green pigment which is absorbed by leaves. It comes from sunlight. So these two raw materials. Next, carbon dioxide, which is taken from air, and water, which is taken by roots. So these are the 4 raw materials which is required for the process photosynthesis. Clear? Now site of photosynthesis, where photosynthesis occur. Photosynthesis mainly occur in leaves. Photosynthesis mainly occurs in leaf, particularly in chloroplast. Site of photosynthesis is leaf, particularly in chloroplast, where chlorophyll, which comes from sunlight, is stored. So if question is asked where photosynthesis occur, answer is leaf, particularly in chloroplast, where chlorophyll is stored. Chlorophyll comes from sunlight. It is a green pigment. Chlorophyll is a green pigment which comes from sunlight, and the chlorophyll is stored in chloroplast, that is in leaves. Clear? Next, significance. What is the significance of photosynthesis? The main significance of photosynthesis is to balance the level of carbon dioxide and oxygen in air. Listen carefully. The main significance of photosynthesis is to balance oxygen and carbon dioxide level in air. Clear? Because we know in photosynthesis process carbon dioxide is used. And in return green plants provide oxygen. That means carbon dioxide is taken from air, and in return green plants produce oxygen. So the balance of these two gases, that is balance of oxygen and carbon dioxide, is maintained. This is the main significance of photosynthesis. So we will write balance of carbon dioxide and oxygen in air is maintained. So this is the main significance of photosynthesis. Now we all know that chlorophyll comes from sunlight, and chlorophyll is stored in leaf. that is particularly in chloroplast. Clear? Next, CO2. How CO2 is taken by green plants? How CO2 is taken by green plants? If question is asked, that is how CO2 is taken by green plants, the answer would be stomata. The answer would be stomata, by stomata. S-T-O, stomata. S-T-R-O-M-A-T, stomata. Now what is stomata? The stomata are the tiny pores. Stomata are the tiny pores present on the leaf. Stomata are the tiny pores present on the leaves. By stomata, carbon dioxide is taken by the green plants, and in return oxygen is paid back to the air. Clear? So if question is asked how carbon dioxide gas is accepted, or how carbon dioxide gas is received by green plants, and in return how oxygen gas is produced, the answer would be stomata. Stomata are the nothing but these are the tiny pores. These are the tiny pores present on the leaf. The function of stomata, what are the function of stomata? The function of stomata is to exchange the gases. The function of stomata is to exchange the gases, that is exchange of oxygen and exchange of carbon dioxide. This is the main function of stomata. Clear? So this is all about nutrition. আমাদের আরও কিছু পার্ট রয়ে গেছে, তাহলে নিউট্রিশনটা কমপ্লিট হবে, ওটা আমরা নেক্সট সেশনে ডিসকাস করব। তারপরে আরও আমাদের টপিক ডিসকাশনে রয়েছে, দ্যাট ইজ রেসপিরেশন, এক্সপিরেশন, এগুলো পরপর একটা ক্লাসে আমরা ডিসকাস করব। ক্লিয়ার? থ্যাংক ইউ।